Hello, I am Quinny. Welcome to the channel, guys. In this video, we're going to go full reaction. We've got a massive upgrade and update onto the club page on SoRare, you know, your own gallery, your club page. So I've not really looked at it yet. I've got the screen open, ready to go. I've just seen the announcement and I thought, you know what, I'm dying to get my teeth into something like this. I'm just going to wait, get everything all set up, and we'll do it together, guys. If you like the video, of course, make sure you do like it. It means someone else might find it. You might like it as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've watched more than one of these. And guys, let's get stuck into it. Now, this is the tweet they put out. There's an article that goes with it. I don't want to read the article. I just want to get stuck right into it. But the article will be linked in the description down below if you want to read that before you check it out. Or if you've checked it out already and you missed the article, that'll be in the description down below for you. So we're logged in and ready to go. So the very first thing is the Hall of Fame. Now in the Discord announcement, you know, you don't have the character restrictions you do on Twitter. So again, if you're not involved in the Discord with SoRare, I'll link that down below. Make sure you join the Discord channel. So they go in a lot more detail. But the Hall of Fame is your 5 favourite cards. You get to pick them. And I think we'll just kind of take this as we find everything, you know. So Hall of Fame, we get to add a card. So quite simply, as you see, I just click on that blue box and the plus button. And I'm just looking to find, you know, who is the first person that goes into the FC Barcelona, aka Quinny's Gallery Hall of Fame. So it has to. Do you know what? There is only one man that can be the first pick into the Hall of Fame if you've been on the content for a while. Of course, it's a Hall of Fame. It shouldn't be a surprise to you or a shock. Look at my fucking glorious collection, by the way. I love scrolling through this. It cannot be said enough. But then the first person that has to go into the Hall of Fame is Kieran Trippier. Super rare. There's no two ways about it. That card is near and dear to me in just so many levels. So that has to be the first card that I get in there for the Hall of Fame. I'll also just catch a little peek of the squad decks. Okay, so they've said that they've updated it, which is fucking long overdue. This best 5 thing was just so inaccurate for so long. So it's the best average score, I think, over the last 5 if you've played them more than 10 times over the last 30 game weeks or something like that anyway. So this is probably quite an accurate, you know, best 5 for me in terms of guys that I think, yeah, these guys have been knocking it out of the park for me over the last month or two. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Attacking, balanced. Kamada comes in. Love to see that. Kamada's been in great form. And defensively, Robbo comes in. So Robbo's been doing really well over the last 3 or 4 weeks. So it's quite intuitive. Shows you what I've got for sale, which is quite cool. And then, is that it? Is this the main kind of club page? Is that what we, overview cards? Okay, so we'll go through the rest of the stuff as we find it. But we'll fill out maybe one more in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a big decision. I don't think I should rush it. But I think there's some easy options like Trippier, 100%. I think Depay has to go in it. Depay has been a legend for me as well. So I don't mind putting Depay in. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that really jumps out. There must be an MLS candidate. I've had some really good MLS cards perform for me last season and start this season in great form. I've got my OG rare Jordan Larson. I've got my OG Gabriel, my Mancini. There's a few really old cards, but there's Memphis. We'll put Memphis has to go in. Number 2 to Trippier, 100%. So the squads thing, I really like that. And then I like this as well. So that means this is the first thing you're going to hit whenever you come onto someone's club page now, which is cool because you do. These are the things you want to show off, you know. Your guys that are knocking it out of the park for you on the pitch. Your favourite 5 cards and, you know, your terms conditions on that. You know, these I just know Depay and Trippier have to be in my Hall of Fame. And then what you've got for sale is quite cool as well. So we'll go on to the next tab. So we've got cards. I don't expect this to be any different really. I expect this to be what we're kind of familiar with and it kind of looks that way so far, yeah. So the club itself for the cards. Awards, now this is one of the things I'm waiting to see different. Okay, so they've changed all the rewards now so that you know, you can have different things to unlock and progress throughout the game. Before it was really basic ones, which, you know, when it was, we still are, I think. I don't think it's been declared that we're out of the beta phase yet for the platform, for the game, you know. And additions like this, especially with their recent collaboration with Ubisoft, like I've spoken about this before in other videos, but if you haven't heard this, but Ubisoft are a really great company for this type of thing in their games that I've played, you know, in terms of in-game achievements, in-game currency. in-game credits to level stuff up and buy different things in the game. You know, I'm talking about like skins for guns and a different hat for your guy, and you know, just basic stuff. But it's that type of thing that as where I really see the NFT space conquering is, or really succeeding, is in that gaming space. So to see this kind of thing, and it does feel very Ubisofty, I must admit. If you play anything like from the Tom Clancy kind of range, it's probably Ubisoft that make it, amongst a bunch of other titles like Assassin's Creed and whatever. But yeah, so straight away, I love the look of this. It feels very familiar to me. So I own about 20 cards of this. I'm guessing that's number 1, which is quite cool. I don't know who my childhood team is on this, because I've only got a Jetty for Celtic, unless you maybe count Hendry. I don't know if you maybe count ex-Celtic players in that. Maybe I do have 9 of them. If I'd said, so there's only 3 teams I think I could have probably put for that. Now, it would have been Celtic, City, or Leipzig, or New York even, or might be New York, that I have, because I had some of those teams picked as teams that I've always followed. But we'll claim our first 1,000 credits here. Thank you very much for having 25 cards of the same number, whatever, or 20 cards and we're now on to 25. Okay, first come, first served. Collect. Yep. Okay, I've done that. Probably about 20 times over. Okay, this is all the ones that we would have. Oh, okay, cool. Collect 5 number 1s. A super rare number 1. Yeah, I've got that as well. Brilliant. Okay, so I've completed all of them. That's really cool to see. The kind of progression within the little micro tab. First dip. Yeah, okay, I've got that. Get my first unique. Cool. Right, okay, I'm a wee bit off of that. Win an auction. Done that 50 times, it says. 10 times 50. Wow. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we've completed that. Making it rain. Sell a card for €100 in the secondary market. Maybe that's like as of now. Is that for this year? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So I've done that. So 2,000. Okay, I've not done that. This is really cool, by the way. I wonder how much money we're going to end up with. Collect 1 cards with matching shirt and serial numbers. I've got 4 of them. That is... Who do I have 4 shirt numbers for? I know I've got Timo Weah, which I got as a reward, and I was only actually alerted to that about a week ago. Somebody made a direct offer, and it was just a straight swap with a wee bit of ETH, like, you know, Weah for Weah. And I was kind of thinking to myself, that's weird. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, I've got shirt number. I don't know who the other 3 are. That's interesting. If you do, because some of you guys are really eagle-eyed, you know my gallery well, please feel free to get me in the loop. So I've got 4, 1 more, and I'll be up to 3,000 points there, which will be cool. National service, collect 5 cards from the same nationality. Okay, I've got 30 of one, it's probably America. Collect 25, sweet. Cool, no problem. Out the door, sell 1 card in the secondary market. Looks like I've done that 47 times, so we'll see how far we can take this little chain up. Okay, we're almost at 50. Your biggest fan owned 5 cards of the same player. This is 7 of 5. I definitely don't have of the same player. I've got 2 Jordan Larsons. I don't know how I've got 7 of them. I don't think I've bought in and out of anyone like 7 times either. That's a little bit confusing. And then the next thing that'll take us on to is the club shop. Okay, so these are all the things. I think they're broken up into sections. So we've got collector. If we click on that, what does it filter? I think it filters most of them, doesn't it? Let's hit manager. Coming soon. Oh, so we've got more. And player coming soon. Lovely. Okay, so we've got more to come from that. That's excellent to see. So this is just on the collector side of things in terms of serial numbers and basic achievements. There's nothing else. So I'm going to hit club shop before we go into squads, okay? So, yes! Oh, look at some of these banners. Oh, yes. So we get to spend... How much wedge have we got? 45 grand. Right, okay. So that Germany one is class, but I'm not German, so it doesn't really excite me. Oh, some of these are class. Club ones, 22. Kaká is 22, isn't he? I don't know who's 22 these days. I'm sure that's Kaká. Los Blancos. Whale. I'm sure we're going to see a few of them. Hat trick, data driven. Oh, that's cool. DNP. It's a plaster and a broken bone. So they're quite cool. I like them. And then we've got the basic ones that we've been rocking about with for a while, I think. And then the extra badges. So we've got Wolf. I'm not really in a rush to spend any of my credits on these, because I think there'll be more to come. And some of these are cool, but they're not to my taste specifically. If I see something that jumps out at me, of course, different story. But all these seem really cool, and you know, I can do what I'm sure is going to be. The dragon one looks quite cool. I quite like that. And then for the backgrounds, like the club ones are the best, I think. The Netherlands one's cool because that's just like a little sample of a strip similar to the Germany one. The Japan one's kind of cool. Mexico one's is Aztec-y, so it's cool as well in its own way. The whale one's funny, but yeah, so they're actually quite cool. So it's just banners and badges in here, which is fine. I look forward to more ones coming out. I'm going to be quite happy to sit on my little in-game currency on that, and we'll see what else they develop out. So they get like Celtic stuff or Scotland or any of the other clubs I mentioned that I'm kind of behind. Like Red Bull stuff, I'd probably get that. So squads, let's create a squad. Okay, so I wonder. So we get to name it. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to put this as. I'm going to put this. This is probably the squad I've been wanting to make the mostest. I know that's not a word, but I've got kids, so sorry. I'm going to put USA and Europe. And I'm going to put guys in this like Chris Richards, Weston McKennie, that kind of thing. Now, Joe David isn't going to make this squad. I'm going to keep it strictly a Yankee Doodle. So the goalkeeper that goes in. So can I filter on this? I can't. So I'm going to put Ethan Horvath in for obvious reasons. He's the only one I've got. Now, the thing I really like about this Ethan Horvath, and I'll go into this in a wee bit more detail, but this one's played in the Champions League, you know, so him in that strip means something. If that makes sense. That's a collector's video. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Chris Richards, 1 of 100 goes into that. Boom. We've also got 1 of 100 Miazga. Now, I don't know if Miazga's going to make this squad. They probably should, right? But we're going to put the McKennie in. The Mark McKenzie is a belter, right? And Mark McKenzie, again, I'll probably talk about him more in a video, but having won the Belgian Cup this year, that card has got a lot of honours attached to it for the, you know, the 20 to 21 season. 100%. So who else do we have up front? It has to be Wea, I think. We don't have Hop yet. So I think it would have to be Wea. And he is shirt numbered, which is a pure coincidence. Then lucky, because that was a reward that we won. So the Miazga I've got is 1 of 100, which is nice. I'm trying to think who else. I'm going to have a wee scroll through, see if anyone else, because I'm thinking I'm missing somebody in my head. There's somebody kind of obvious. I don't know if it is Joe David in the Canadian thing. I've not got. I think it might be Miazga because that is 1 of 100, and that's even though he's not like a rookie or an up and coming guy or anything like that. He's still young enough. He's contracted to Chelsea. You know what I mean? Of all places, he's doing pretty well, and you know the one-off is always nice to have. Is there somebody else? I could probably have a really good one-off squad, with some of the other guys I've got. So I've got a few good ones, knocking about the place. Americans in Europe. Brendan Aronson, I suppose he's kind of, again similar to Mark McKenzie. That card has got a lot of honours attached to it for this year. But no, I think it must be Miazga. I've not got Musa yet, so I'm trying to eye up a Musa. I'm trying to eye up a Hoppy, just because this is something I know is a theme in my gallery if you're to kind of comb through it or whatever. But that 1 of 100 Miazga goes in there quite nicely, I think, and that's a Bobby belter. Now, what do I do here? Do I do add cards? No, I don't think I want to add cards, do I? Because that's 5. Share, so I can hit that on. Oh, that's brilliant! I can hit that. What's this wee one? Is that Telegram? I don't know what that little icon is. No, it's not Telegram. So share your deck. Love, and I can reorder it as well if I want to. I've done this positionally. I could just move the Miazga down to here. I don't like him being centre. I'd probably put the Richards centre because he's the crown jewel of that little section. I wonder what squad number McKennie is. I think that's been taken. I think I've looked into that in the past. But that's cool. So I wonder if I hit back if it saves. Oh, no, there's a done button there. I didn't do it. Okay. Well, it's there. Sweet. USA and Europe. I like that. Let me do one more to maybe close the video out because I think. So okay, so you can keep it secret if you want. This is another one as well that I love about super rare. What's a cool word? What's a cool word we could put in the squad? Super rare. Super rare. Young. Assassins. There we go. And we're going to be putting into this Larson, Nameka, Nunes, all those types of guys. But I've put young, so I want to see, boom, my good and my great. Nunes, Larson, Nemeka, Barco, Hakimi, but I maybe put Hakimi in there, Paulinho, Cuisance. Who else to have? Medina. Medina's not really a assassin, I suppose. I kind of like Hakimi. I suppose I could maybe need to change the word assassin into just fucking ballers. I like my Renato as well. Hakimi, but is Renato. Key. I'll put young. 21. Akinola. I've got Akinola as well. If I could put Akinola in, then I can keep them with assassin thing. But I don't think Akinola is as attractive to me as like Hakimi. I love Hakimi as a super rare. One of my favourite cards. Yeah, it's a frustrating SO5 player, it must be said. But we'll hit confirm. I'll change the assassin thing to super rare gold or something. Young gold. That's what we'll call it. Young gold. Super rare young gold. Update that. Reorder it. Right, who do we want in the centre? Or who do we? I think the way it goes displayed is there's a big card and two small ones. So who do we want is? I think we put Larson. I think they're my three. Barco's looking hot now, so we can put him there. And then yeah, say Hakimi. So we'll maybe do that as the order. Nunez and Nemeka. Let's hit done. And then back. Let's see what that looks like. Squads. Nice. Yes, that's kind of the way I thought it would. Super rare young gold. Love it. That's class. USA and Europe. I wonder if you can reorder, so I can reorder them this way. 5 cards. Put that down. Okay, so yeah, just switches them around and stuff. That's cool, man. I actually really enjoyed this. I say this is pretty much live. I'll finish out my Hall of Fame. I'll do that in the video. I'll have a wee click about who else would go into my Hall of Fame. Who else? And guys, I say the engagement on this as you progress in the game. Now I'm able to do this like really well, and you guys probably are as well if you've been on the channel for a while and on the platform. But this is a great thing that when you are starting out, it gives you other little milestones to hit, little other objectives. Does Van de Voort go into my Hall of Fame? I think he might, by the way. I can make a cool, like, my fucking, I've got about 10 cards or something that are just, I'm so proud of owning. Like, one of 100, you know, one of 100 Van de Voort, that guy, and one of 100 Tanny and the Chris Richards. So I can maybe make a cool wee squad with them. I think a really good reward would have to go into my Hall of Fame. The McKennie's a good reward. Richards, I bought him, didn't I? Yeah, I bought Richards. All Black. It feels bad putting All Black in my Hall of Fame because, like, I love him and everything, but it's not. I don't. For me, that Hall of Fame has to be like Kamada should go in it. Really, Kamada's been a boss. Do you know what's a really good thing that we'll do? Actually, 2 seconds. I think the next inductee into my Hall of Fame is going to be Ao Tanaka, right? Because I just wanted to check this out on SoRare data, but this guy has won me some amount of cards, right? So he's won me in total. Look at this list; it's huge. He's won me 11 cards, and in ETH, I can't remember how all these things break down from the bottom, but you can see he bagged me the shirt number where, and then a Wirtz, the Marcos Jr., Alex Meret, Daniel Schmidt, Vlasic, Barco rare that was sold out, a few, and then a few these wee guys. But he has been instrumental into the gallery success. Bagging guys like Wirtz and Marcos Jr. were massive, and Vlasic, really big captures for the gallery, and the guy is a legend. I've got him up to level 11. I've had him, I'm the only owner of him. It's number 13, which is cool. And yeah, I think Ao Tanaka is the one that goes in. You got me singing Ao Tanaka. He's in the Hall of Fame. Boom! That's quite fair. I quite like that. I think I can reorder this as well. So I'd probably try and maybe reorder it a little bit. Like, I'd probably put Trip in the middle if I can do that. I don't know if it's going to let me, how much it will let me reorder. Can I put Tanaka there? No. Okay, so I can only swap them around. That doesn't really matter too much, but Tanaka's been a monster. Now that's the Hall of Fame. I'll probably finish the rest of this on my own. I'll be doing a stream later tonight anyway, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's run a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I just had so much fun with this, and I'm just really, I love it. It's all about the gameplay, guys, and this is class. Also, the squads, once you've filled them out, they then come into this page as well. That's lovely to see underneath the Hall of Fame. So it's good to see. If you want to display and show stuff off, I'll probably reorder this one. So I don't want Horvath being the, I'll probably get rid of Horvath actually, because I can. And then, can I reorder this? Aye. So we want Richards, boom, and then we can probably put the McKennie, in the wear there. So then that's what that looks like. And when I get the Musa and the Hoppy, depending on it, no, I can't get the one-offs. They both fine. The Musa one-off went for 3 for something. I'm not going to get them. But then I can add this in, and yeah, that'll be cool. So let's have a look back and see what that looks like. Did I save that? Yeah, I did. Oh, big Chrissy boy. Boom! Weston, Timo. Love it. I might change that because the way it displays, for them, I'd want that to be, I suppose you click on it and then, would you see this? I wonder if I can look at someone else's gallery right before we finish. It was actually Football Economist's Twitter that I seen before the Discord announcements. I thought this guy will be set up already, and he is. He's got the cool banner out. He spent some of his money in the shop, which is cool. His Hall of Fame is rigged out, and I must say it's a nice Hall of Fame. It really is. Some really good cards there. And I think I seen in his tweet that Fukumori was first one in, so well done to him. These squads look cool as well. Injured. I don't know if he wants us to see that. Transfer, so you're hoping they get transferred, I guess, in future. Okay, so this is a little organisational thing for him. I don't know if he's meant to display that as such. His best 5 is updated as well. It kind of reflects, I suppose, his Hall of Fame there with Diaby and Suslov, which is cool. And then you see who he's got up for sale. That's magic. I really like that, guys. Great update from the company. What do you think, guys? Get them in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Have you got it all set up? What's your Hall of Fame? Who was the first card you put in? Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.
Untitled.